Welcome everybody to this miniature modeling mini-series. I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield, and here's our next project, the recently released Reaver Battle Titan from the tabletop miniatures game Adeptus Titanicus. This is the one that's got the chain fist. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, we're going to assemble this guy on today's video. And one quick disclaimer, I've been watching StarCraft for the last 2 weeks, so I'm pretty sure on more than one occasion I'm going to refer to this guy as the Ravager. So just be advised, that's probably going to happen. All right, let's get building. Here are the tools I'm going to be using to build the Reaver Titan. I've got Games Workshop's plastic cutters. I've got some tester liquid cement for plastic models. I have a file to help take care of any mold lines that I may still find on the miniature pieces. And if I really need to scrape away at things, this is a box cutter, which works good for that. Now the tester's glue smells like crap, and you probably get high off it, so I'm going to be wearing one of these respirator masks during the filming process. Let's read the warning label here. Contains acetates and methyl ether, ketone, keep away from heat, open flame, uses ventilation, do not breathe vapors, avoid contact. If swallowed, call physician. If eye contact, flush with water, difficult to breathe, seek fresh air. Yes, the mask is a very, very good idea. All right, let's open this box up and see what we got. Instructions. Got 3 sprues. Got our little transfer sheets that I just suck at doing, so I'm not going to use those. And then here's your 105mm by 70mm base here. And of course, if you watched some of my earlier videos, you know why I'm not going to be using this. So I've got another Desert Cliff base here I designed, ready to go. It's actually the Mod Podge on it, still drying a bit, but well, hopefully by the time I'm ready to use it, it'll be ready to go. But this guy you can find in my Etsy store, probably the STL file as well. A link to that will be in the show notes. Okay, let's begin the process. Minor blood loss detected. I kind of stabbed myself with the miniature, but I'm all right. We'll see how things go. All right, so I figured it probably wasn't necessary for me to bleed on camera, even albeit slowly, because you probably didn't want to see that. So got the blood loss taken care of. Back to work. Shoot. 3 steps in, okay, 2.5 steps in the build, and I've already cut myself and dropped the piece on the floor and almost lost said piece. Okay, let's actually get back to work for real. These stupid GW cutters just had another piece flying. That one, I'm not finding that one. That one way back in my pile of tools behind my set here. Page 1 is done here. I got a bunch of parts. Hopefully something cool is going to form up here in page 2. Hopefully. So according to the instructions, I may choose to build the legs first for easier posing instead of gluing the hip joints right away. So I'm going to actually do that. So I'm probably going to skip 10, 11, and 12 for right now, and I'll jump and start on step 13. So I just completed about half of step 13. Now at this point, I'm going to go back and do step 10 to glue the hips into place to help hold the legs up. Step 10 is done. I'm jumping back to the other half of step 13 to put all the little actuators down by the feet in place. I think what I'm going to do, because I've got such an aggressive stance in my base here, I'm going to glue the miniature down to the base right now. And then that way I know how he's going to sit so I can assemble the torso and weapons accordingly. For that process, I'm going to use some Gorilla Super Glue to glue the miniature down to my 3D printed base. Now it's time to jump back to step 11 and go through it in the normal workflow. The back leg is coming out of its foot socket. I need to fix that one right now. So that process was not as awful as it could have gone. It wasn't the easiest, but I got something that looks more or less like it's moving around in a dynamic pose. Much cooler than the stand and shoot crap that the box wants you to do it on. As with the Warhound, we have some parts that are labeled with the Imperium symbols, some that are kind of blank, and later on we got a few here that don't have the Eye of Horus on it. Well, there goes one more missing piece. These stupid little things in the top, one of them went flying off that way, off the table. Alright, I'll battle damage it up here in a minute. I think that'll work pretty good right there for making it look like they took a massive hit to that part of the carapace. So the main canopy plate here is one of the pieces that only comes in like an Imperium mode and a boring old plain mode, so no chaos themed one here. Well, that startled me for a moment there. I started looking at the head instructions. It was using the D sprue. I'm like, I see A, B, this must be C. No, apparently the third sprue in this kit is actually D. I don't know where C sprue is. Oh, you know what it might be? C sprue might have came with the original Reaver kit. I don't have that one yet. I bet that's probably what happened. So D is the unique weapons and head pieces for this particular miniature. I bet that's what's going on. After some consultation, you can put a firearm in both arms of the Reaver, so I'm going to go do that. Clearly, these clippers don't want me to assemble this miniature. Yet another piece went flying. This time I was fortunate enough to recover it. Let's count up one more lost piece. Now, I know I drop stuff all the time. If you ever watch my live shows, I'm dropping things all the time. But this is embarrassingly awful for me. These pieces are popping off the sprue and falling on the floor and I can't find them. I think what I can do, though, is take some of the extra pieces here from the chain fist, and that'll probably fit right in there, and it'll look good enough. So let's go with that idea. Now to finish off this assembly process, I know where this traitor symbol can go. After about 5 lost parts and a battle over a super aggressive combat stance, we're going to call this Reaver Titan complete, and he looks absolutely awesome. So once again, I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield. You want to go ahead and hit subscribe here on this YouTube channel to get the latest videos when I paint this guy up. I'm going to break it down into probably several different painting videos focusing on different parts of the Titan, so you can kind of get a more detailed approach on all the little parts and aspects of this particular miniature when it comes to painting it. So thank you guys all for watching. Have a good night, good morning, I don't know, 12:30-ish. What time is it here right now? 10:17 p.m. Thanks you guys. Have a good night.